Hello. Let me make sure things are working and that you can hear me and that I'm live. We have the microphone on the desk today. Well, we'll get into that. uh, Alright, says I'm live. Let's make sure I'm audible. You can hear me and that I'm live. We have the microphone on the desk. Bit of an echo today. Not much I can do about that. We'll get into that. Unfortunately. But here we are. Welcome. We have the microphone on the desk today. It hasn't been like that in a while since I got my mic arm stand. However, and by the way, there's an animal over to the side. I don't know if the mic's picking that up. However, the mic arm stand is currently unavailable because I managed to very expertly secure the camera to my mic arm stand, and so that's up here. That's where that is. We're working with this today, so you might hear a couple of bumps if I hit the table. Shouldn't be too loud, but just be prepared for that. So, before I forget, I have this written down so that I wouldn't forget. Stream checkoff. Here we are. We are up to stream 17 for the year. How's that? And what the heck is that? You see that? Right there? What is that? What? It's like an old, rusty coin? Can you explain, please, Chimmaney? I'm feeling left in the dark right now. Today is going to be a bit of a multiple activity day. The hand cam stream tomorrow has one very focused activity, which will take the whole stream, and then the third one, same thing again. This one is a little bit different because it's a mix of, I want to test to make sure it can handle streaming the bitrate and stuff, so I wanted to do a test stream, but then also one of the activities I had planned involved a lot of waiting. And so we're going to be doing the waiting one today while doing a bunch of miscellaneous stuff during the waiting parts. And what we're going to be waiting for, I have a bunch of really old coins, and we're going to be de-rusting them. I got all sorts of stuff. I got lemon juice, I got bicarbonate of soda, I got dishwashing liquid, I got cleaning vinegar, and I got an online Google tutorial on how to de-rust old-ass coins. So that's what we're going to be doing. When I was testing the bitrate, because I was like, hey look, real life is a lot higher graphics than Potionomics or Deltarune, you know? So I was worried about the bitrate. I did a little 59-second stream earlier, I don't know, 5 AM or something. It's 9 AM for me now. I feel a little bad about it. Turns out if you have a stream scheduled and then you go live and make it intentionally unlisted and make it an intentional separate event, it will use the event you already have scheduled and be public. And so 4 people showed up instantaneously. It was less than a minute long stream, and 4 people instantly showed up. Chimmaney in HD, here I am, yeah. Also, there's a little badge. Do you see that, or is that just on my end? There's a crown and #1 next to your name, Soviet girl. Do you see that? Hold on, I'll let me do a little screenshot. Snipping tool. Save as, just save on desktop and go. Crown. I'm not used to gloves. Okay, we got CR5 own instead of crown. That'll do. Because you're the #1 Chimmaney fan? It might be. I don't actually know what it is. Okay, sorry, it's always really annoying to add a source, because, there we go. And from my desktop, and crown, CR5 own, There we go. Do you see that? I don't know if that's on your end. This is what I see. Purple soul. Wait, don't I have the purple soul? Isn't that what was established during the Deltarune streams? Anyway, we do have a lot of fun stuff to do, but I also feel like I have left room to just kind of enjoy the novelty. Because this is a bit also, like, don't judge me about my mouse, okay? I have, like, a normal mouse as well that isn't, like, Halo. And I was gonna use it because I was like, oh, is it, like, embarrassing to use the Halo mouse? But the other one, like, the scroll wheel is weird and glitchy and doesn't work. Whatever, I got a Halo mouse. Forgive me. And you see the crown too. I wonder what it does mean. Is it just, like, amount of chat messages sent? I wonder. Anyway, now, before we get into some of the myriad activities I have planned, I want to make one thing clear. Despite how well secured the camera is right now. Oh, and also I have this, there you go. Does that light help? Does that make a difference? Not really. It does on my end, but I think the camera's actually fine without it. I want to acknowledge something, and that's that despite how well secured the camera is, there's a good chance it, like, shifts or falls out of the way. There's a lot of, like, reflective surfaces we're going to be working with, you know? There's a good chance I just, like, lean in too far. There is a good chance you end up with, like, a little face reveal, and I just figured I'd get in front of that before anything else and do it on my own terms. So, before anything else, you are going to get a little face reveal here. But we're doing it on my terms, and what that means is it's just a face reveal. You're not getting a neck reveal, you're not getting a collarbone reveal, this is just my face reveal. Do you see that? Not really. Can you see? There we go, that's my face. Revealed. It's hard to, you can't, because if I angle it up, they'll all fall again. Well, let's do one from the side. Let me take off the glasses. Oh, Chimmaney has glasses revealed. You could have guessed. You knew. Alright, we got one from the side coming in. Can you see that? that you can't even tell that's her face. That looks like a crown too. Yeah, I got jealous of your crown in chat, and I made my own crown. No, that's my, like, nose, chin, and forehead. Alright, let me do one where I'm, like, frowning from the front. And I'm gonna pucker my lips too. I'm gonna be, like, glaring with, like, my lips in, like, duck face. For a second, it was hard to breathe doing duck face. You have to, like, learn how to breathe again. You cannot tell at all. Okay, I promise if you look at it, if you were looking at it from here, you'd be able to tell. Whatever. I am very prepared, though, as you may have been able to tell by that, by this little gag. Because the thing is, I imagine this stream is going to use a lot more of my energy. Because I need to, like, maintain this form. Normally I can just be, like, ethereal when I'm streaming. Here I need to, like, concentrate on keeping this form. So I might, like, use a lot of energy, might get kind of hungry. I have prepared some food in case I get hungry, so that I can, like, crack it open and just restore my power really quick. We got a trolley big burger. You have to be at least 5 to eat this. So, you know, it's a big burger for big kids. I am actually legitimately, I'm not joking, I'm really looking forward to eating this. Listen, okay, look, can you see the expiration date? Can you see that? It's November of this year, okay? So it's safe. Before I tell you what I'm about to tell you, it's safe. It doesn't expire till November, okay? But I've had this since Christmas. I got this 7 months ago. And then I was like, oh, it'd be funny, maybe it'd be funny to like save it for the like hand cam streams I kind of have planned. And this has been sitting in my drawer for 7 months. I didn't think it would take that long. And every now and then I open up my drawer to get out like an external hard drive and like back something up, and I just see it, and I'm like, ah, I want to eat it now. Yeah, I've been waiting 5+ years to eat this. It is actually the size of a normal burger, by the way. I just have really huge hands. Okay. So, we are going to be derusting coins, and we might start with that, because the online tutorial webpage I have mentions... by the way, we have more than this. That's just the one I pulled on screen. I'm not used to using gloves, so forgive me if I'm a little, you know, whatever. Like, not dexterous. I don't know what the word for that would be. Undexterous? Non-dexterous? Because you would think it's like antidextrous, but then that's too close to ambidextrous. Anyway, these are legitimately, like this one here, for example, this is a 1 penny coin. Australia, to be clear, we don't use pennies. This is from, what year? It says, Commonwealth of Australia, 1921. So this is 104 years old, this coin. One of these is like 1916. So 109. This is 1919. 1/2 penny. Yeah, you, dude, that face when you're trying to make a purchase, but you're 1/2 penny short. I got you. Don't worry. And then I also have some just like modern Australian coins, and I figure it could be fun to put them into. And then I was just like, hey, yeah, I got this like old ass lock. What if we put it through the derusting process too? You know, I wonder. And it works, and if we'll see after I'm done derusting it if it still works, because I don't know. I imagine the process isn't gonna like eat through the metal, but I don't know. Also, I do want to say, there's a chance that like this is impossible to. I have to just slide it off. There's a chance that like removing the rust from these old ass coins like really decreases their value. So I just want to get in front of it and say like I don't care. We might like pick out the very oldest coin and not derust it. You know, we'll like leave it to the side, and then that can also be used as like comparison for before and after. But I'm not like a coin collector, and these, even though they're not like in circulation at all, they're not expensive. You know, so I imagine they're fairly plentiful. This is gonna be... I'm just realizing how many coins I'm gonna have to pick up with these dumb gloves. It's not gonna work. Some of you might not be Australian. You might not know what Australian coins look like. Yeah, look, this is a 50-cent coin. We got the emu and kangaroo on there. Can you tell? This one's from 2016, so 9 years. We're rich. I'm rich. Sorry, you're not getting any of this. You can get the lock. No, I'm gonna use the lock to keep you out. Once I'm done like cleaning up my gold and my massive pile of wealth, I'm gonna make sure no one can access it. And you're gonna be like, damn, I'm pissed that I can't access those coins, but what a shiny lock that was keeping me out. How can I be mad at that? Right? You can't stay mad at a shiny lock. Yeah. This is all my Pokemon Black money. This is like... this is probably more than I've... This is probably more than like episode 8 and 7A and B made all together. Because there's a $2 coin, $2 coin, $2... Yeah, no, it is, yeah. Arr, the captain be keeping all of the balloons for himself. Well, In return, I get to keep all the doubloons, and my audience gets to see the hat I'm wearing. I'm not wearing it anymore. Also, revealed, that was supposed to be a setup joke. Did it fall off? Where'd it go? Oh no, it's just under headphones. Okay. That was supposed to be a, like, pretend joke. I, like, wrapped my head in bandages. I wrapped my head up in bandages because I was like, hey, just in case something happens. That'll be like a little funny joke. That wasn't supposed to be in the first 15 minutes revealed. Anyway, here's the hat. I had to take off the headphones to put it on again. The doubloons are still mine, though. But yes, my head is completely wrapped in bandages. Because I know there are, like, reflective surfaces we're working with today. In fact, one of them, I mean... Okay, let's set up the coin derusting, and then we'll go into... I have, like, a billion different things to go through, and I'm quite excited about it. But first, let me open up the online tutorial. We are using how to clean old rare coins without messing up their value from ecwid.com. ecwid.com. So, let's go. I feel like I should be talking, like, my hand is just staying still as I talk. I feel like I should be doing this more to communicate. Oh, he's the one talking. Wait, I'm watching the stream. Who's talking? I don't get it. Is the Master Chief? Is the Master Chief Mouse talking? No, he's not known for his talking. He has like a handful of lines a game. He doesn't really talk that much. Oh, I know. I see who it is. Okay. Loud airplane over the building, as usual. Okay. So, here's the I'm gonna read this to you. Here's the ultimate coin cleaning hack you can try at home to spruce up those non-collectible or valuable coins. Just follow the steps below and you'll have that old oxidized penny looking fresh in no time. They know I'm using pennies. So step 1, mix it up. Mix together 1 cup of white vinegar or lemon juice with 1 tablespoon of salt in a jar. In a jar? Whoa, whoops. I assume that just means any container. Yeah, then you pour it into a plastic container. You could have started in the plastic container. You're allowed to stir things in a plastic container to mix them together. You don't have to do that in a... Who does that in a jar anyway? That's not what jars are for containment, not for mixing. So, 1 cup of white vinegar. I have a cup here. Cup. And I have a couple of containers. Because they say white vinegar or lemon juice. I think something we can do for a bit of a laugh. You know, this is really gonna make you bust a gut. We can try both and then, like, compare the results. So we can try, like, one with lemon juice, one with whatever the other one said. What did the other one say? Hold on. Oh, it's white vinegar or lemon juice. I was thinking white vinegar with lemon juice or something else. That's why I was confused. That's actually good, because that's going to make quite a big difference. So 1 cup of white vinegar we'll put in this one, and 1 cup of lemon juice we'll put in this one. And then we'll save this one for the lock. And a tablespoon of salt. Right, let's get the salt first. I feel like it's going to be easiest. And with these clumsy-ass gloves, I don't want to... Hey, look at me. Look at me in my bandaged-up head. I'm actually really upset that the hat came off with the headphones, so that when I, like, leaned in to show the hat... Because that was supposed to be, like, something I never even acknowledged. That was supposed to be, like, a secret joke that might not even ever come up. And instead, in, like, the first 15 minutes, it came up. This is This is just hard to, with these gloves. The gloves might need to go. Okay. And then we need 1 cup of vinegar in one of them. We got Vinaclean. My thumb got stuck. We got Vinaclean cleaning vinegar. But, you know, let me know what brand you prefer for your cleaning vinegar needs. I've also, I'd like to say, hold on, but let me just tie the cap back on real quick. Non-toxic vinegar. Did you guys know there was toxic vinegar? Why would you buy toxic vinegar? What would you buy it for? Like, I guess it's because maybe you don't want to, like, oh, I want to buy vinegar to, like, put on my chips. Oh, but this is cleaning vinegar. I don't think I can put it on my chips. Oh, no, it's okay. So you can, like, multitask? Buy cleaning vinegar, but still put it on your chips? Let me make sure it's in frame. I feel like I'm doing a lot of, like, the tasks on the edge of the table, which is out of frame. Okay, this is going to be a real precarious pour. It smells like, hold on. It smells like the cleaning vinegar I'm talking about. It smells like a paper mache volcano. From, like, when you're 4 years old. Why? Because what did you mix to make the volcano flow? It's bicarbonate of soda and... Is it and vinegar? I don't remember. Wait, should I be careful? Because bicarbonate of soda is like a... Did I click on like a prank website? Is like Equid or whatever it is? Yeah, is Equid like a prank website and they're making me do a paper mache volcano where I mix bicarbonate of soda with cleaning vinegar? Because that comes in at a later step. We like turn it into a paste and scrub it on the coins. I hope I didn't get pranked. There's a cup of cleaning vinegar, non-toxic, but feel free to use toxic if you prefer. And then we'll put lemon juice in the other one. And I think for the, let's put non-toxic cleaning vinegar. By the way, Dio showed up. You got the number 2. I do not know what that means. I'm about to blow myself up. Yeah, I'm about to make a real volcano on my desk. I wonder, it says, okay, can I, like, find out what that means? Okay, look, hold on. Can you guys click that at the top of the chat room, or is that just on my end, where it says, like, top fans next to a crown, and you click, and Soviet Girl Real has 75 XP. Why do you have experience points? Are you, like, about to level up? Don't mess with me. I'm very close to leveling up. And this chat message looks like just the right amount of XP. Oh, this might be... Oh, that's rough. Okay, well, we're not putting the... I might need to go get a different container. Because that's... I don't know if you can tell, that's, like, very, very full now. And we still... Like, we're not dunking the lock in there. What do you guys get experience points for? Have you guys been grinding the Chimmaney channel? Okay, well, with that in mind, adding a cup of fluid to this other one would be foolish at this point. Let me, I might just go get a couple of different Tupperwares. I did not realize... Okay, seriously, I guess it makes sense, because, like, look at the depth of this. But, like, these hold almost the same amount of fluid. Okay, from your perspective, that looks reasonable, but, like, this is a pretty deep container itself, you know? Anyway. Let me wipe up some of this cleaning vinegar. I know it's non-toxic, but I, you know, don't want to take any chances. Okay, hold on, so, Dio, you're 75 experience too. You're both tied on 7. What did you do to level up, Dio? I was going to say, like, let's check, because I think you were 25 when I first checked. I was gonna say, like, let's keep track of your experience and see what boosts it. Something you did boosted it already. Oh, it's a race to 100 experience. Who will get there first? I kind of don't want to leave to get another plastic container yet, in case one of you levels up. Something cool has got to happen at 100 experience, right? You're only 20 years? What are you talking about, buddy? Well, you sent a chat message and it didn't increase. Do you guys have like a mini game? Is there like a Subway Surfers on the side of my stream that you're like playing and leveling up? And getting like experience from? Okay, that's weird. Why am I recreating Breaking Bad? We're gonna be de-rusting a bunch of old ass coins. Some of these are like 106 years old, 109 years old. And then some of them are like 5 years old. And we're gonna see. You're pushing 30s. I'm not saying. I'm not talking about your age. I'm talking about your experience points. You passively gain it. Oh, okay. Also, is there a huge stream delay? There could be. All right, I'm gonna go get another plastic container quick. I will mute the microphone to be safe. Listen, I don't want. I know it's non-toxic cleaning vinegar, but I still don't want to leave it on its own by the microphone, right? Because it could say something toxic, and that label could be like incorrect. All right, I'll be back in like. Time me. Timmy, time me. I'm gonna be 30 seconds from when my hand leaves the frame. Okay, get ready. Made it. I think I did. I wasn't counting. I'll be honest. Yeah. Hello, Shamax and Nuthouse. Welcome. I do not know what's happening in chat. Okay, whatever. Seriously, guys, don't let the cleaning vinegar influence you. Let's be very careful. I do not want a paper mache volcano. Oh, great, this is not... Look at all the salt sticking to the container, by the way. Wait, hold on. Let me check Shamex and Nuthouse. Let me check your experience points. Either of you close to leveling up, and someone looks like just enough experience. Yeah, all four of you were on 75. It's a four-way tie. Okay, I feel really bad, Nuthouse, that like you don't have a crown with a number next to your name, even though it's a four-way tie. How come Shamex is number 1, Soviet is number 2, Dio is number 3? And you don't get any credit, and you're all tied for experience. Weren't here for the beginning. What's the project? We are going to be de-rusting a bunch of ancient, they're like 100-year-old coins, as well as some modern coins, and then also just like messing around. I have a bunch of like activities and fun stuff. This is kind of the hang out and mess around a bit stream. and then we have more set activities for tomorrow and the day after. I mean, we have set activities this time, but we have more like there will be, the whole stream will be focused on one thing. Whereas this is, we're going to be doing various stuff while the coins derust. We're also comparing cleaning vinegar derusting to lemon juice derusting. No, you gotta start making your messages intelligible, because I get what you're going for, like replacing verbs with chim. But I gotta be able to understand what's happening in the chat room. So cut that out or I'm gonna chim you. Alright, we gotta... even this container's kind of overfilled. Alright. We gotta stir this till the salt dissolves, apparently. But let's do the 1 cup of lemon juice in this extra container. I actually don't trust that, dude. That's gonna fall in if I leave that there. I will leave this... Well, let me pour the salt in. I'm actually really looking forward to a bunch of... I mean, this stream, you could probably tell if you were here at the start how, like, I'm very into what's going to be happening. The stream tomorrow and the day after, I've actually been looking forward to for, like, goddamn ages. Alright, let's lemon juice it up. And put your predictions in, guys. Non-toxic cleaning vinegar versus lemon juice. Who would win? And actually, okay, so obviously the cleaning vinegar is going to win. Real prediction, will we even be able to tell the difference? Or will the cleaning vinegar win? Obviously the lemon juice won't win. Will the cleaning vinegar win by so much that we can't even, that like we can tell by looking at the coins? Or not? I'm glad I got the bottle of lemon juice instead of trying to squeeze a lemon, because 1 cup of fluid is way more than you think. That would have been a lot of lemons, and I don't think I would have bought enough if I just bought the lemons instead of the juice. I would have been like, oh yeah, I'll get like 2 or 3 lemons, that'll be good. Nope. Is the lemon juice also toxic? There are no artificial colors or flavors. And it's zesty. 99.9% juice. The 0.1% could be toxic. Let's see if we can figure out what the 0.1% is. Hey guys, let's go hunting together, shall we? Sulfites? Maybe? Preservative, yeah. Look, it's got preservative. Sulfites. That's the secret. So if sulfites are toxic, beware. These coins, by the way, like, I don't know. First of all, you know, I feel like we should say this. Like, rest in peace to a real one, you know? And sorry that I'm about to dunk you in. I promise you neither of these things are toxic. But I also think it might be a bit late for you. But rest in peace to a real one. And which will taste better, the lemon juice? I gotta be honest, this actually smells really good. I don't think I've ever smelled straight lemon juice before, because I feel like anytime I use lemon juice, I'm squeezing the lemon directly onto something with its own scent. Like, you know, I squeeze lemon juice onto a steak or something. A raw steak. And, like, that doesn't smell like lemon juice. This smells, like, really good. I'm not kidding. Is the new king on currency yet? I mean, I think you guys, none of you guys are from, like, countries that have. I mean, I actually I don't know where all of you are from, but what countries is Queen Elizabeth on the coins? Australia, I think New Zealand, obviously the UK. Is she on any Canadian stuff? These are really unwieldy gloves. Okay, that's pretty dissolved. There's still like little individual grains, but you know, that's fine. Baking soda. No, never mind. That's what bicarbonate of soda is. I was thinking, what's the other ingredient in a paper mache volcano? Oh, baking soda. No, that's what the first one is. I think it is bicarbonate of soda and vinegar. So I think this like might be a prank. And your friend Gunglebert from the UK said that you were broke because you didn't know if the king was on currency. You can tell Gunglebert that real ones use digital currency these days. Because, like, honestly, if you're using physical currency, you're not using coins anymore, right? My arm looked really... Doesn't my arm look really long right now? I promise that's... Look, this is just my elbow. This is, like, normal. But for some reason, this looks like my arm is really long. That's weird. But seriously, like, when's the last time, again, that you reached for your, like, half penny to complete a transaction? When's the last time it's like, oh, damn, dude, I need a 50-cent coin real quick to close this transaction out? You go into Potionomics store. Actually, is lemon juice good for the liver? I don't know. Probably not if you, like, inject it. Probably not if you... It would be good for seasoning the liver, I bet. I bet if you, like, put it on a liver, like, and left it there for a couple hours to soften before you cooked it and consumed it, that would probably be good. In Bosnia, paying physically is still more common than digitally? Really? Even like cards and stuff. That's interesting. Well, I don't think I've made a transaction with physical currency in actually maybe like 8 or 9 years. Okay, so we got these sorted. Yep. I feel like they told me to put too much liquid in. These are, like, they didn't need to be this tall, you know? I don't know if you can tell from your angle, but they're quite, you know, we're just putting coins in. It doesn't need to be that filling of the container. You only got your first debit card like a few days ago? Oh. I think I had a dream. This is like a couple of weeks ago now. Okay, hold on. Let me look at what the next step is, and then we'll go into my dream. I like invented a system of currency in my dream that was like to stop inflation from being a problem. And then I had to like, and it wasn't a like perfect system. There were a lot of problems with it. And in my dream, I was like defending the system, but the whole time I was in my head being like, yeah, no, that's a, like someone would lodge a reason against it of like, here's why that is a bad system, and I'd be like, in my head, in my dream, you're right, but let me come up with an argument for why you're not right anyway. I think I came up with something that's all right. but you know, it would need work. Okay, so we're putting the coins in, and then we're leaving them for 15 minutes. So let's figure out how we're splitting these coins. And then also, let's put, so again, it works. If it gets like dissolved by the non-toxic cleaning vinegar, damn shame, but we'll see. So we're putting the lock in the cleaning vinegar, and then the other cleaning vinegar will have coins. So let's figure out how we're splitting this. Okay, I'm sorry. These gloves are gonna have to come off. Now that we're like to the lift up coins phase, I don't think it's gonna work. So whatever. It was fun while it lasted. No more gloves. Okay. Now let's get a real good look at these. So this is what year is this? 1921. By the way, before anything else, rest in peace to a real one. The bullet just missed him. 1921. 104 years old. It's actually pretty crazy to think about. 1922. Rest in peace to a real one. He's the same real one, so we don't have to do it every time. 1957. Less impressive. I'm just doing this to find out what the oldest one is, and we'll leave it unrusted for comparison. I mean, we'll leave it rusted. Underusted, you know what I mean? 1919. Rest in peace to a real one. This is weird. This is 1950. Is this still the same king? Or is that a different guy? It's a different image, certainly. Oh, also, hey, let's take a look at this. Look at the difference between pennies from 1922 and 1950. Here it just says, it's just like text-based, 1 penny. And then here it's like a kangaroo, Australia penny. Interesting. Alright, 1950, 1957. Put them in. Because we know they aren't the oldest already. 1921, 1922. They're all the same guy? Well, no, because this is the king who got replaced by Queen Elizabeth. Because that's how old these are. 1920, 1919. So we have a second one from 1919. Dude, look at that! They're already... Look at that! Whoa! These are actually going to turn out super cool. Actually, I really like that color already. It's been in there for like a handful of seconds. One halfpenny from 1921. It's alright. There we go. 1919 again. One halfpenny from 1919. And those are all the old coins. And we'll put 1921 and 1922 in. Now we got these modern coins, which we can derust, because I feel like I've never seen any of them shiny. Anyone who doesn't know the Australian coin currency system, so our note valuations are... So our coins are pretty much only cents, and then our notes are only dollars, exception being gold coins, which is a $1 coin and a $2 coin. So sometimes at school you'd have like a gold coin donation for a charity, which basically... Okay, well the $2 goes in there. Which basically just means bring a $1 or $2 coin, and then you're like wearing casual clothes or something. And then all the silver coins, excuse me, all the silver coins are cent values. Some of these coins, by the way, I'm not like a coin collector at all, which, you know, maybe that's not obvious from the nature of this stream. Let me just separate them. The lemon juice being opaque makes it difficult, but I think we'll just do our best. I'm not like a coin collector, but I think like 3 of these coins are special. That $1 coin there, you can't see it, but when it comes out, we'll show you, assuming it doesn't dissolve in the non-toxic cleaning vinegar. Like this is here. So this is the tail side of a normal 50-cent coin. Emu, kangaroo, and then these ones. This one is Celebrate What's Great, Australia Day, from 2010. Interesting. And then this one is 2005, the 17th Commonwealth Games. And then I don't know what that $1 one is, but it's also different. I'll put the rest of these coins just in the one with the lock. Which, by the way, the lock is already also looking shinier. This is going to be... Oh, whoops. Okay, whatever. I guess we're derusting all the old coins. Because that's already... The reaction started to take effect. That's fine. I'm actually really amazed... For the before and after, we can just review the VOD. I'm actually really amazed how much of a difference this is making before we've even, like, done anything. Would you sit down straight? Like, flat. There we go. Like, look at these! Look at these! They're it's a completely different color. Okay, well, let's set a 15-minute timer. Some of those have been in there for a little bit already. But, that's fine. $14 clicks to make it go from a 1-minute timer to a 15-minute one. And that's ticking down now. Which means, while those are happening, we can get to some of the other things I have. Because there's a lot, like this, guys, this is the first time you're kind of seeing me in a sense. Right? This is the first time you're seeing me guilty. Sorry, this is the first time you're seeing me innocence. This is a special occasion. We got to mark it with some activities, right? While we're doing, like, money laundering. So, okay, well, are these gloves wet now? They might be wet. There are some things I don't want to handle with wet gloves, but I think they're dry. I mentioned this on a previous stream. This A7 pocket notebook. This is the one that I took on a hike with me last year and wrote a bunch of notes for the Grim Sower. So I'll, you know, there's not much to show here, but I'll just show you, I wrote down, like, what video clips I had available to me, so that when I was going I could remember what I had access to, and then I would write the titles of, like, scenes I need to figure out exactly what the dialogue is. And I write that. Some of them were written on like a train or a bus on the way there, so you can see it's like really shaky, bumpy handwriting. And yeah, so and then a lot of these were written in like the tent on the hike. Kind of interesting. And you can see some of it wasn't used, so like roulette tables was a visual I didn't use. I didn't bring a red pen with me, so anything you saw in red pen was written before the hike as like, hey, here's what you need to do, and then you can see quite a lot was written on the hike that was like not necessarily planned initially. There's a lot of pages of these. I forgot how much of it I did write. It was only a 3-day hike, so like I was working in that tent. Anyway, that's kind of cool. I also, you know, speaking of, hold on. So I like don't, I think I may have mentioned this before, but I like don't I'm not like a person who really decorates my living space. I kind of, and I never really have been. I never really care. But I do have a bunch of like chimney things printed out for like memorabilia around the room. So like if I grab from here, uh, dusty ass picture, but to be fair, it's from 1956. This is me, and this is from the time I got it signed. Even you can see I got it signed by Elvis Presley. This is when I saw him live in 1956. That's me right there. Um, this is. I'll show you guys my diploma from when I graduated. You can see it signed by Elvis Presley. Um, this was a lot of work. It was 3 years of my life went into getting this. There's some other stuff. We don't need to go through it all, but there's a give you some idea of it. There's two over there. There's a big Emily Moonsilver wanted poster and a missing poster for the guy with memory issues from the Great Darkwood prank, but they're like big and on the wall and probably cumbersome to get in frame. So, and I have some. I think I have some others. But that's fun. Oh, this is okay. This is why I bandaged my head up. By the way, it's because I was like, this is really reflective, and there's no way I can show this on stream without like a high likelihood of it reflecting. And so I'll like bandage my head up, and I'll never be on frame, and it'll be like a secret joke where if someone's looking closely at the reflection, they'll be like, "Why is his head all like bandaged up?" But then I ruined it by like my headphones, whatever. I found this on the street. I got this from the street. It's a PlayStation 3. And I haven't tested it yet. Hold on. I bought a spare HDMI cable and a power cable that will work with it so that we can test it on stream and see if it's functional or if it was on the street because it's like completely useless or whatever. If this actually works, I've never had a PlayStation 3 before. If this actually works, that is like awesome, and like we got to do something with that, right? I got to like buy PlayStation 3 games. Who throws that away? Well, that's why I'm thinking it might be broken. So like, let's not get our hopes up. By the way, in the bottom right of my windows, it's reporting a record high temperature right now. Are you serious? It's 11 degrees outside, but I guess it's... That's not a record high. If it actually works, are we doing a Demon Souls run? Wait, is Bloodborne... No, Bloodborne's PlayStation 4. Never mind. I was just thinking, because, you know, that's a game that's, like, never been released to any other platform. Why is it all blurry? Focus. What if it's a trap? Like, what if it explodes? I have actually considered that. I'll keep my distance. And if worst comes to worst, I'll pour some cleaning vinegar on it. I don't know if other countries have this. Do you guys have hard waste? Do you know what hard waste is? Is that an Australian thing? Or is that maybe it's just a Victoria thing? It's not even an Australian thing. Who knows? Because that's what this was from. And I've got to be honest, I've made out like an absolute bandit on hard waste, especially recently. My whole life, hard waste has been like a little bit useful on occasion, and now recently, I've gotten like I've gotten like a bunch of really cool stuff from hard waste. You do, Nuthouse? For anyone who doesn't know, because it might not be a universal thing, hard waste is a thing where anything that, like for example, if I have an old chair that I want to get rid of, right? What do you do? Because you can't just put it in your bins, really. You know, it's you know things like old couch. It's too big for your bins. But what do you do? Do you have to like stuff it in a car and like drive it to a what do you do? The solution is hard waste, which is basically you leave stuff out on the curb and you call you call people to come in, and your taxes pay for, you get a couple free a year. I think it's like 2 or 3 pickups a year completely free, where they come and they take everything off the curb that you left out and take it off to throw out, right? Um, and then after that, you can get more than 2 or 3, but you have to pay for it additionally then. And so that's how you get rid of like old chairs, there might be like a old like coat rack that someone's not using, an old hat rack. But the idea is also, while it's sitting out there, anyone can come by and have it. Anyone can be like, oh, actually, that chair would go really well in my place, and it looks in good condition. I'll bring it home. And so off of that, in the past handful of months, I've found a PlayStation 3. I've found the chair I currently use at my desk now. My chair was like, you remember it was like, it was creaking. You didn't see it, but it was all torn up, and maybe I'll show it. I can take photos and show you next stream tomorrow. It was like torn up, and I just found it like perfect condition, perfect replacement. It's really comfortable. It's a really comfortable chair, and it's perfect, and I've been using it at my desk lately. And then I also, I found a mannequin. I found a whole mannequin. I was just like, what the hell? That's a whole mannequin. And I had to carry it for like 25 minutes walking home. But I have a whole mannequin now. And that's awesome. I just find a mannequin out on the street and bring it home. I'll put this over here for now, because we'll probably want this cleared before we plug it in and give that a try. Yeah, it's not a whole mannequin, to be clear. It's a mannequin torso. It doesn't have arms, it doesn't have legs, and it doesn't have a head. But it has like a metal stand that I've been using it to hold my rain jacket. It has a metal stand. So okay, imagine you're looking at it here. It's like metal stand, metal rod that goes up, and it's adjustable height, and then like mannequin hips, mannequin torso. So it's usable as like decoration or rain jacket storage, but it's not like a full mannequin. I also actually this hat. I also store it on the neck stump of the mannequin traditionally, and I just have that now where I live. And it's cool. And some people like get scared of it when they walk past it. Which I think is ridiculous. It's like a fabric mannequin, by the way. It's not like a hard white plastic mannequin. It's like white fabric. So when I saw it, because I was walking past in one direction and I saw it, I was like, what the hell? Because I've like kind of wanted mannequins, actually, over the past like year and a half. I've been like, that would be cool. And then I see it, and I'm like, oh, but it's fabric. It's probably got like a huge hole and like a tear in it, right? Because it's fabric, but it's also hollow. And then on the way back, I was like, well, I'll check it, now that I'm heading back. Check it, pick it up. And completely fine. Completely, like, top condition. I have no idea why it was thrown out. Those are some cool finds. I know. And the chair is so comfortable. The legs are sturdy. It doesn't creak. It's got, like, a huge pillow on it, like, inbuilt into the seat of the chair. It's like a really big, round, soft pillow. It's so comfortable. You think you need your sleep? Go get it, Dio. Hope it goes well. Hope you fall asleep soon. Wait, hold on. Let me check your experience. Everyone's still on 75. So what's the point of experience if you just show up, get 75 experience, and then it stays there forever? You guys need to go dungeon crawling. Seriously. You're embarrassing. I don't want to be like, oh, Chimmaney, dude, I really recommend the Chimmaney channel. Someone talking to their friend, I really recommend the Chimmaney channel. And then it's like, I don't know. His chat all is 75 XP. You guys gotta, like, kill some goblins or something. Grind a little. 2 minutes left on the timer. I don't want to start something huge. And then, like, we interrupt it. Oh, let me look what the next step is, because I think the next step, when I was reading this on equid.com, it was, like, really annoying. So I need to take all the coins out and give them a wipe with a paper towel. They should look all shiny. So we need to take them out of here and then wipe them with a paper towel. That's going to be annoying. It also says if the stubborn layer of brown oxidation doesn't budge, put them back in for another 5 minutes. So I might just stop this timer and then set one for 6 minutes. And we'll just, like, let them get the 5 minutes that they might need as, like, a guarantee. Just give it to them, alright? Rest in peace to a real one over here, by the way. Oh, you guys want to see? Look, this is the new water bottle. Listen. Pretty cool. What else have I got? Oh yeah, so I have, as you may have been able to tell from the Chimmaney memorabilia, I have kind of started doing light decorations, which I've never really done before. And, you know, then the mannequin holding my rain jacket and extra hat in the same vein. I kind of just like doing weird stuff with, like, so this just sits on, like, top of one of my shelves. I think it's cool. Obviously, I added all of these things. Yeah. A little like Joshua Graham, isn't it? I'm actually really looking forward to testing out that PlayStation 3. I'm expecting it to not work, but part of me is hoping that what happened is like, oh, you know, the PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5 has backplay, and it can play all of my old PlayStation 3 games. I don't need this anymore. I'm gonna put it out on hard waste instead of giving it to, like, a charity shop or giving it to a friend or something. It's probably just a broken PlayStation. But I'm also thinking, if it is a broken PlayStation, it might be fun to, like, crack it open and have a look at the internals anyway. I don't see any, like, obvious screws, but there's probably a relatively simple way to open it up. And who knows, maybe we'll open it up and, like, be able to diagnose what was making it not work, and then fix it, if it doesn't work. Maybe it'll just work. That would be a treat. Speaking of a treat, what are we thinking? What are we thinking about Trolley Big Burger? 5+ years. Wait, hold on. Yeah, you guys are still all 75 experience. I can't eat this until one of you get it. It's 5+ years, and you can't see under it the small text. It says 125+ experience. So until someone in chat has 125 experience, I cannot eat this. And I've been waiting for 7 months. You guys gotta level up a little. Yeah, it's kind of like a weird state. 3 minutes left on the timer. I don't want to, like, start something that will take longer. Because I want to get onto this. I guess we'll prepare the wipe down station. Forget it when we get the coins out. Because I feel like that's gonna actually be very annoying. especially with the gloves, is like the real thing. Do I have like, I probably have like tweezers I can find to help get the coins out. And like, this has been in longer than anything else, so let's get it out. It's still pretty rusty, but you can at least, you know, it's much more golden. It was actually brown. I thought it was a very, I thought it, like, when de-rusted, it would even be a different color from what it is right now. Let's give it a good wipe. Dry it off. Yeah, look at that. It's like, that's completely different. Interesting. The shackle was also a different color than the body, or whatever you, I don't know what the terminology is. I don't know what the anatomy of a lock. Let me look at what the next step is. What's left on the timer? 1 minute. So now it's wiped down, and what we have to do is mix a bit of water with a tablespoon of baking soda to make a paste. Grab an old toothbrush and gently scrub each coin with the paste. And then we rinse them to unveil their shiny surfaces. And then there's a dish soap step after. Excuse me. Oh, I misclicked and I just opened Premiere Pro. Give me a sec. That's like gonna be a big usage on my computer specs until it closes, and it takes forever to close. Okay, we got it. Okay, the alarm's about to go. It's 5 seconds. I'm just going to stop it to spare you guys the alarm sound. So these are all ready to take out now. We'll try double spoon scoop. Look how long my arm is. It's not, I don't have that long of arms. I don't have short arms, I just have like normal arms. My arms are to scale. Okay, so I could have picked it up, but see, the thing is, I'm trying to get the liquid out of the spoon, because the spoon's quite deep. Maybe if I... No, I think we're just going to have to take it out with liquid on the spoon. Oh, that's good, though, because look, we can leave the liquid in the spoon. Who do it like Chimmaney do? Nobody do. By the way, so you know how it's been a little bit since some videos, right? I mean, I made the Skids video and I made the Crummy song video, which I really like that video. It was difficult to make because I don't like being negative about something someone made and probably put a lot of thought and effort into. But also, I think it's a very funny video, and I think it's all quite light-hearted criticisms, so it's fine. This light is getting a lot. Let me lower. Is that good? Oh, I see. So the other side was... This is... Okay, so like that's... If we have it like a crack open, it's too much. What we might have to do for now, just because... You know, I tell you about my room sucks with like the light and the sun. It like heats up really high. Well, we might have to just use this fake light. Let me get the focus back. Is that okay? Or is that... I don't know. I feel like that's not as good. But is it better than having this really bright spot now that the sun's come up? Actually, if we have them both on, I think that's good. I think that's fine. It's going to be a real challenge to figure out when we have all the coins out of the lemon juice, by the way. Yeah, so there were those two videos, but obviously there haven't been heaps of videos lately, right? I gotta tell you. The thing is, I've been writing jokes at the exact same frequency. I gotta start making some of these videos that I have plans for, and soon. Because I have, like, I have a lot of... Right now, legitimately, okay, no spoilers, but I'll tell you the title. The title is The Sad Life of Olive. It's a video I've had an idea for, as just like an idea of what the main running joke can be and what the main story can be, for a little while. If I didn't write, and I haven't, like, been working on it, you know, I have, like, little things written about it, but I haven't been working on it. If I never wrote another thing about it, I think I could make, like, an 11-minute video on it today. The Halo 2 video, it's gonna be a long one. It wasn't supposed to be a long one, but now I've just written so many good jokes and story beats and ideas. This is like the downside of working on stuff other than directly making videos. It's like, no, I have so much to do. But it's gonna be awesome. When I start making some of these videos, they're gonna be brilliant. I have a hell of a lot planned. The thing at time right now is really tough to find, but I'm finding it. I'm working on the next Pokemon video, and hopefully soon after that there'll be a bunch of other videos because I have a ton of great stuff ready. And by the way, welcome Joshua Drinkwater. It's been a while since I've seen you. I feel like I know you've been around the channel a while. I remember reading comments from you, but I don't remember on what videos. Like Darkest Dungeon, Pokemon. But welcome. We're de-rusting a bunch of old ass coins right now. Yeah, this is a difficult fishing job. Oh, I'm not even separating. Hold on. I need to be separating the lemon juice from the bicarbonate of soda. Actually, that was... Yeah. Okay, I think that's right. There may be one or two in the wrong pile, but we can still compare en masse and see. Okay, there's another one. And there's one here. I think that's empty. It seems to be. I'm going to look at the bottom of the container to see if I can spot any coins resting on it, but I cannot, and I didn't bump into anyone moving the spoons around. Lemon juice cleared. I should probably just go pour all of this into the sink, shouldn't I? Because if I just leave this here, it's going to be... Like, that's a real spill hazard right now. But I'll play with danger a little bit. You don't comment often? You think you've left a comment on Pokemon Black episode and that's it? I think you've left more than one. But it might have been on, like, community posts or something. Anyway, welcome. And there's never any pressure to comment or anything. I'm just saying I roughly recognize you, and hello. Hope you've been enjoying the channel, and I hope you enjoy de-rusting these old-ass coins. And paying our respects to a real one. Wait, that's Elizabeth! Dude, hold on. What's Queen Elizabeth doing on one of these ancient ones? What year is this? 1957. Okay, so that's not like the 1919 ones. What year did Queen Elizabeth become Queen of England? Let me look that up. Queen Liz coronation. 1953. So that's, I mean, she was probably, that could even be the first year she was on the currency, because evidently it takes a couple of years for them to replace it. Gracia Regina, it says. And then Elizabeth II. Dei Gracia Regina. Dei as in God, right? Regina, I think it's like wealth or riches. Gracia, I don't know. Oh no, is Regina? No, Regina is. Oh, this is probably God Save the Queen, isn't it? Dei Gracia Regina, because like regicide is when you kill a monarch. So Regina, regicide, Dei, God, God Save the Queen. So I guess Gracia is save. (1952). Yeah, so this could be one of the first coins she was printed on, if it took them a couple of years to get up to date with it. Let's compare. So here's Queen Liz in 1957, and then here she is in, what year is this? 1984, but it's the same image they've been using to like modern times. Kind of the same, except she wasn't wearing a crown initially. She was wearing, it looks like she has like a ribbon around her head instead of a crown. Why does she kind of look like Achilles? Don't you think? Don't you feel like that's Achilles? I don't know. Rest in peace to a real one. Talking about Achilles this time, by the way. Alright, I think they're pretty dry. Before we get to the last steps, let's just compare lemon juice versus cleaning vinegar. Okay, okay, it's off frame, I'm glad. I was having real difficulty picking up that coin. I didn't want you to see me like that. The people can't see me like this. You see it? Well, okay, let me see if I can find two coins that are the same thing. I think that's like the same, honestly. I think whoever predicted it would be the same and not like give it to the vinegar. I think that's it. Let's look at some modern coins. $2 and $2. Yeah. It's hard to get the lighting the same, but I think the coins themselves are the same. Damn, not bad, lemon juice. I underestimated you. Okay, we go back to equid.com. So I need to mix water with a tablespoon of baking soda. Mix a bit of water with a tablespoon of baking soda to make a paste. Okay, well let's get the tablespoon of baking soda, and then when I go to get the water, I'll pour all of these out. Because I do not want, even if the vinegar's non-toxic, I still don't want it spilled like on my lap and keyboard. Okay, I was gonna say, opening this side's still gonna be trouble. I hope this isn't, wait, there's a different opening thing? Okay. Well, I'm glad I found the different opening thing, because it is just loose in there. So, if I'd continued down this route, it would have gone everywhere. Probably. Alright. Tablespoon. Sure. That'll do. And now let me, wait. How do I close it? Is that closed? Okay, that's closed, I guess. Okay, I'll mix a bit of water, very scientific measurement, and I'll also empty some of these out. If I combine these, it's not going to overfill, right? Just because carrying 3 containers, isn't it? Dude, you want your coins de-rusted? Lemon juice and cleaning vinegar mixed together? Are you kidding me? The most powerful coin de-rusting liquid of today versus the most powerful coin de-rusting liquid of all time, of history. I don't know. I think there's a reference to a show called Jujutsu Kaisen. It's an anime. You wouldn't know about it. I don't really. I think you can make one of those references. That was close. Okay, I might just have to come back for the other container. I think I don't trust it. I gotta be really careful. I'll be back shortly, but it might take a little while because I'm gonna be walking very slowly. That laugh nearly solved it, by the way. I nearly just sold on that laugh. Okay. The sink is like right out here, so it's gonna be okay. Okay. Success. No dramas. I don't know if I mixed a bit of water or more than a bit of water. But let me empty this out. I may have done too much water. Hubris. Be with you shortly. Okay. Good boy. Okay. Success. Success. And you know what? Now we can put the cumbersome gloves back on again. While we mix the alleged paste, which I think I honestly, not gonna lie guys, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm not gonna bicarbonate of soda, baking soda coat it. I think I mixed more than a bit of water, because that's not a paste at all. But maybe if I stir it up, it does seem like there's some sort of, yeah, it's not like fully mixed. There's stuff on the bottom. Okay, I think I gotta just put more in. Thanks for telling me to put 1 teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda and a bit of water. Why would you give like a hyper-specific measurement for one? And then the other just leave me guess. What's a bit of water? I had the tap on for like a second, and I guess that was too much. Is it like a drop? Even this isn't really a paste. I think I just like doubled or tripled the bicarbonate of soda. And then you tell me that's not good enough? Okay, do we think they made a mistake calling it a paste, or do we think a bit of water and I did like 10 bits of water? It definitely uses the word paste, and it uses it multiple times. I'm gonna assume they know what they're talking about. Lord forgive me if I'm using more than a bit of bicarbonate of soda now. Okay, this is turning into a paste. Yeah, look at that. That's like minty fresh. Except I'm sure it tastes way worse. The amount of water you can store in a single computer bit? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I was a fool. I mean, there are those water-based computers, right? Where it's like a water calculator. You can do like basic addition with. Yeah, that's a paste. Okay. Open wide! Open wide, guys! Joshua, drink water, by the way. I feel bad for you. I've been checking. You don't seem to have any XP. I think you arrived later on, so you might not know what the hell I'm talking about, but like people in chat have experience points now. And for some reason, every single person is on 75. One person was on 25 and then instantly went up to 75. That was like an hour ago. And no one's gone past 75 yet. And you're not in there. I think you're getting scammed out of your rightfully earned experience points. I think you should take that up with YouTube. I think you deserve experience points and they're refusing to serve them to you. Okay. So we've got to scrub these with an old toothbrush, but I have a new toothbrush. Hopefully that's fine. I mean, a bit of water. So I feel like the recipe here isn't necessarily completely accurate. So hopefully a new toothbrush doesn't break the algorithm. Hopefully it's not like, oh no, you actually need some of the like 2-month-old plaque on the bristles for the process to work. YouTube's an RPG now. It's you gotta get your grind in, man. You gotta check out the dungeons. Right now, I gotta be honest, I don't see you getting past a single wild boar. I think you fall at the boar. Okay, the gloves are coming off again. Sorry. This is a no glove stream, guys. Okay, even with the gloves off, when it's on like wet paper, that's... Right, let's scrub the lock first, because I don't know. Shout out to any like Scottish viewers watching. I know you guys have lakes with a bit of water in them. Only a bit though. Right, let's see this. You guys ready? Get ready, because you're about to see a real transformation here. This is like 1000 XP locksmith versus like 0 XP chat room. And you guys are about to be like put in your place by my epic skills. Okay, so far it's just kind of making it matte and worse looking. It was cool when it was shiny. Hold on. Let me reread the exact step. Is it literally just scrub this? Yeah, it's just scrub this and then rinse it. I should get a thing of water. I'll do that in a sec. And thanks to Abel Enoch Springs for providing me this lock, which I had to pay for years and years ago. I don't think I actually bought this lock. I think I just inherited it. I think this is one of those things that just like spawns with you and no one knows where it came from. No one bought it. It just appears in your living space at one point. You want my treasure? Ah, you can't have it. I left it behind a locked door. Oh yeah, so my dream where I like came up with a new system of currency, right? Listen, I think there are actually some good ideas in here. I think there's also some bad ideas in here, but I'll tell it to you as it was in my dream. Okay? This is a few weeks ago. This is before the Deltarune streams. Like the chapter 3 and 4 streams. So the system was basically every X amount of time, and I think I ended up settling on like 15 years, all currency becomes meaningless. Like it loses all value. So let's say you say you're in Australia, you're using dollars, right? 15 years after dollars are introduced, dollars are now not worth anything. And you have to turn in all of your dollars. The next system, whatever it may be called, let's say it's called crowns, sure. The next system of currency that is introduced as the old one is phased out is called crowns, and however many dollars you turn in, you get 10% of the value back in crowns, okay? So basically, every 15 years, all of your liquid assets lose 90% of their value. So you might be thinking that sucks, and like retirement sounds impossible in that system. But the difference is the 10% of your previous value that gets added back is in addition to a set amount that every single person in the country gets. So dollars are now valueless, but if you turn them in, you get 1/10 of them back as crowns. And also, every single citizen gets like 50,000 crowns as a starting point, right? So if you were, really impoverished and in like a really bad position, it, you kind of get a bit of a chance to get your feet back because everyone starts with the same amount of currency again. And I said 50,000. That's just a random number. Point is an amount of money that has like a good amount of buying value. And then your previous wealth just gets turned into like additional stuff on top of that. So basically, it would be like taking care of citizens and making sure people didn't get too crazy wealthy and also people didn't get too crazy impoverished, while also not making it so there's no reason to pursue currency, because you can't just be like, oh, well, I can just sit back and do nothing, because it's like, well, actually, you do get benefits to making money still, because you get an amount back when the currency becomes valueless. So that was the idea I had in my dream. I also had a lot of opposition to it in my dream from a bunch of assholes that I guess were all me because I was the one having the dream. That's something I experience semi-often, by the way. I have really vivid dreams. Really vivid dreams. Like to the point where it's a little frightening. Because I'm like, damn, dude. I feel like if I ever got like some kind of head injury and I was in a coma, like I wouldn't be able to tell. Like if I started hallucinating in real life, I think it'd be a problem for me because I'm really good at hallucinating, I guess. I have really vivid, convincing, and like detailed dreams, and it's really common for me in a dream to like someone in my dream tells a joke, and I'm like pissed off in the dream. Because I'm like, damn, that was a really good joke. I wish I came up with it. I'm actually mad that I didn't. I like that joke a lot. And then I wake up like an hour later, and it's like, oh, I guess I did come up with that joke. Because that person wasn't real. But anyway, yeah, so there was opposition to it in the dreams, and Joshua Drinkwater, you've hit some of the opposition on the head there, where people would resort to bartering with physical items. That would be one of the problems with the system, is, for example, hey, I don't want to lose 90% of my buying value of dollars when it converts to crowns. So right before it happens, I'm going to spend all of my money on gold bars, and then I'm immediately going to change those gold bars into crowns right after. And so I just skip that whole process of like kind of redistributing wealth a bit, and I just get to keep all of the money. And that would be a problem, is like the fact that you can purchase assets. It would encourage more buying and stuff, but it would be kind of a problem that you could opt out of that whole part of the system, which seems like a pretty important part of the system. The other, one of the other issues is like international trading. Your country's currency would have, like, who's going to trade in Australian dollars when later on they're going to lose value, right? Like, say you're PayPal or something, and someone's like, hey, I want to convert, X amount of Australian dollars into US dollars. PayPal would be like, well, why would we accept your Australian dollars and give you US dollars when we know those Australian dollars you're giving us are going to lose value even if it's in like 9 years from now? They're going to become not official currency, right? So it would kind of only really work with like an isolated country that didn't have. This is going to take ages, by the way. I might just like lay them out and then brush them like a painting instead. like across the whole layout. It would only really work with like an isolated country when there was no other currency. And then there is still the problem of like you could just buy some kind of asset and circumvent the, you know, everyone pay in their current currency and then we redistribute it to make sure there's no one too overly crazy wealthy beyond what a human could ever reasonably spend. And also there's like less chance of people starving. But also then obviously I think in the dream I settled on 15 years because initially I said 5 years, but then someone else in the dream was like, that's way too often, causing a problem. By the way, do you see these blue spots? There's like blue spots from oxidation leaving. That's kind of cool. I don't know if you can, they're not really in focus for you. There you go. The benefits of mounting it on a mic arm stand. Easy mobility. So yeah, anyway, to like avoid the hassle of having to do it all the time, in the dream I was like, okay, fine, it'll be every 15 years. But obviously, like, a person can lose all of their money and starve to death while homeless in 15 years. So it doesn't even completely solve that problem. To be honest, in the dream, I myself was like, look, I think there are good, like, internally, I was like, look, I think there are good things with this system, but I gotta be honest, I think it would be a bad idea for this to be, like, introduced. However, it's my job to, like, argue in favor of it. And then, like, I don't know, I had, like, some kind of, I don't think I had a position in the government, but for some reason it was my job to, like, petition the government for this. And I was thinking, like, look, I'll just make the best case I can for it, and then they can decide whether it's good or not. I think there are problems with it. I think it's a good system, but you would need to make changes, and there'd need to be some sort of checks and balances about it. But anyway, that's what happened in my dream. And then I woke up and I was like, I'm really glad that wasn't real, because that was like it was actually kind of stressful. Because who wants that job, right? Of like, especially because when it invariably causes friction with some people and their lifestyles, it's like now you're the one guy everyone can point to and blame because you're the one who like introduced the system. But I do think there is something that could be built there out of the basic idea of like, hey, every X amount of time, let's give everyone a kind of set amount of currency. You know, like every citizen gets, especially with like digital currency, it would be really easy now because you wouldn't even really need to go that out of your way to give it to people. You know, you could just give it to them. And I think there is something to that idea, but you'd need to absolutely, like, Dream Me was on one, mate. You would need to absolutely change what he came up with. But I still think there's something there to make sure no one gets left too far behind. But also there's still reason to go out of your way to make money. But also you're not going to starve to death if you aren't going out of your way to make money. You just might not be able to buy some of the crazy cool things someone who is doing that can buy, but you're going to be happy and healthy and have a roof. Hello, what types of coins are we cleaning? Right now, it's a mix of modern Australian coins and 100-year-old Australian pennies. I think the oldest one is 1919, so 106 years old. I bet you didn't even know Australia used to have pennies. I didn't. Universal national wage? Yeah, I think with the idea Dream Me came up with was different from that, though, because it wasn't a wage, it was just like a one-time full currency conversion. Look at that, by the way. Look at that blue from the oxidation. Pretty cool. It was like a full one-time, hey, we're completely converting the currency over, and while we're here, you get like a starting buying value. Every citizen. Plus extra from whatever you may have had from the now defunct useless currency. Rest in peace to a real one, dude. Everywhere I look, I keep seeing her face. Imagine... I don't know, is that, like, disrespectful? I'm just thinking if, like, Peter Parker was, like, really into the British royal family or something. And when Queen Elizabeth died, he had, like, a similar thing to what happened with Tony Stark. And he keeps seeing her face on currency, and he, like, takes off his mask and he looks sad. Rest in peace to a real one, dude. Talking about Tony Stark this time. Do you guys know how Blackbeard died? Because I gotta be honest, I think he didn't. I'm sure by now he did, and, you know, rest in peace to a real one and all that. But I honestly believe that he, like, faked his own death. Because it is complete, like, horse crap, let's say, what the story is. The story is, it's been a while, it's been like a couple of years, but I remember reading it and being like, there's no way that's what happened. The story is, he got, like, intercepted by 2 or 3 British Navy ships, right? They were, like, at a dock or something as he was trying to leave. However many ships he got intercepted by, he sunk all of them but one. He killed multiple captains in a duel of, like, the ships. He got shot in the chest, like, 3 times before dying. To me, what that sounds like is a 7-year-old who, like, I'm gonna retire from being a pirate. And also, by the way, they never found where his treasure is. They never found Blackbeard's treasure. So what that says to me is, I'm a 7-year-old boy, and I'm gonna retire from being a pirate, at least mentally. You know, I'm sure Blackbeard was an older gentleman, Edward Teach. I'm gonna retire from being a pirate and just take my treasure with me and, like, spend it all. And it's like the olden days, no one really knows what... If I shave my beard, no one will be able to recognize me for real. And then he's just like, but I don't want to, like, I don't want to go out like a wimp, you know? So I'm gonna make this crazy story where I sink 2 or 3 huge, like, war-class Navy ships. And by the way, the one he didn't sink was, like, crippled and unusable, even though it didn't sink. I'm gonna sword duel all of the captains and win. And I'm gonna be shot, like, 4 times in the chest before I die. And look, I understand that back in the day, like, flintlock pistols were not very powerful, not crazy penetration force, and they were just, like, metal balls rather than sharp. They weren't that bad. They were not that bad. There is no way Blackbeard did all that. He definitely made that story up and spread it. And then, like, shaved his beard and just went to live happy with a bunch of money. I don't buy it for a second. Blackbeard's still alive. He's still out there. And you sent the message a while ago, but I was kind of on a Blackbeard tangent, so definitely human. You used to have a small coin, and you found some in your grandma's old house. I assume you mean you used to have a small coin collection? Rather than... Yeah, dude, I used to have a small coin. It was crazy. You should have seen it. It's like reverse fisherman. How small? Oh, it was this small. No way. No, I swear to God, it was this small. There's no way you had a coin that small. Definitely human. You're telling tall tales. How tall? Okay, I feel like these are pretty scrubbed with the bicarbonate of soda paste. So now we just need to go rinse them off. I do have my water bottle, so I could kind of do it here. But I feel like we're going to need more than 750 mils or whatever's in that bottle. We'll give it a try. Yeah, because I feel like I'm going to need to run these under the tap directly. Rather than just like have them in a container and then fill the container with water on top of them. But we'll try. Actually, I kind of don't want to rub bicarbonate of soda glove fingers on the like lip of my water bottle to open it, you know. I might have to just take these gloves off. That's annoying. Whatever. It was fun while it lasted. Okay. Let's do this. Oh, that's kind of sick. All right, I'm gonna go run these under the sink real quick. We'll be right back. And you gotta go, Joshua, drink water. Dude, Joshua, me drink water, more like, you know what I'm saying? Because you live in the UK, but have fun. Oh, dude, UK, it's gotta be like 3 a.m. or something there, right? No worries, mate. Have a good sleep, and have a good weekend. Maybe see you tomorrow. In your defense, some of the coins were pretty small. Yeah, like a half penny. Dude, that face when you're trying to complete a transaction, but you're 1/2 penny short. I got you. Okay, I'm gonna go... No one say anything. You don't get to say a word. You get to say one word. You get one word about this. If you send a full message about this, you're getting timed out for an hour. You get one word about this. Choose wisely. You can say like lol. You can say like fail, but you can't say epic fail. That's 2 words. You're done for if you say epic fail. I'm gonna go run these under the water and then come back. And I'm just saying, if there are any more than 1 word responses about what just went down, you're dead. Water, says Jonathan. See, you get to stay. I'm still not pleased to be made fun of, but you get to stay. Alright. They are not as shiny as advertised, I'll be honest. I mean, there weren't images included in the Equid page we've been using. But, I think, well, let me look at the exact wording. And they used more than 1, but they were allowed. Rinse the coins to unveil their shiny surfaces. Enjoy the sparkle! Exclamation mark. Who are you trying to fool, Equid? Your site's rancid. Your whole site's rancid, buddy. Luckily, there's 1 step left. That was a good sound, by the way. That was a really good one. If your coins are still dirty, here's what you can do. Equid, this is your 1 chance to redeem yourself. Fill up a plastic container with warm water, around 1 inch deep, sure. Add a squirt of dishwashing liquid and give a good mix. And then toss the coins in and rub them till they shine bright. Okay. Alright, Equid. But this is your last chance. I'll go fill this up with warm water and then also rinse off this because if I'm going to rub them, I think that makes sense. But we don't want bicarb soda anymore. Okay. I'll be back in a sec. I'm going to rinse these and then come back with warm water. And this is the 1 opportunity. Definitely, when you say computer, that was... I understand it's in reference to the spilled water. Oh, well, I guess you don't know where my computer is. Luckily, it's over there on like a... It's not on this desk. It's on like a different thing over there. It's on like a bedside table. So my computer was safe. My keyboard wasn't. Right, I'll be back in a little bit. Can you guys hear the tap? Yeah, it's warm now. Can you guys hear the tap when I'm over there? You've realized you're very delayed? I've realized too. But it hasn't been a big problem, so it's alright. Okay, they say 1 squirt. Do we trust them? This is the same site that said add a bit of water. But I guess there they were underselling it. Or like, sorry, they were overselling it. Like they wanted less than a bit. So I'm gonna trust that, you know, maybe they want less than 1 squirt. I'm gonna add a little bit more than just 1 squirt. Hopefully that's good. And let's just mix it up to a layer of bubbles. And then we start scrubbing. Oh, this is looking promising. Look at that shine already on some of these. Maybe you can't see it from your angle. But there's like a 50-cent coin in here that's already promising. By the way, because of these dumb gloves and the joke of like, oh, he's wearing 3 layers of gloves. Funny. He's been wearing it the whole time and he takes them off. I had to measure the temperature of the water coming out with my tongue. I had to like lean down and stick out my tongue as the tap was running. Okay, whatever. These fabric gloves are going to have wet dishwasher water on them, and that's fine. I don't think it's really avoidable. Actually, it is. Let me dry this off. I know exactly what to do. This is the moment we've all been waiting for, guys. Get ready. Get ready. It's time for the outer glove to clutch up. Because this is leather, and that can touch water, and it won't be annoying for me. They're looking amazing. Thank you. And how long have I been collecting coins? 1 hour and 53 minutes and 54 seconds, 55, 56 seconds. So that is to say, not at all. But there were these 100-year-old coins that were like cool. And I decided to de-rust them. So what actually happened was around December last year, I got something which I won't tell you yet, and I thought it would be really fun to build this on stream and do like a hand cam stream where I'm building this. And then I got another thing and I was like, oh, and I can do that too. And then with these coins, I was like, oh, and that can be another, and it can be like a 3-stream series. So that's what's going on. The thing I'm really excited for, you're going to see on the 3rd stream, day after tomorrow. But the thing I have for tomorrow is actually, to be honest, I'm really excited for it too. It's going to be very fun. You are quite delayed, but I assume you said indecent. The only thing I can think of is me using my tongue to measure the temperature. And I disagree that that is indecent. I think I'm using my tongue right now to talk. The tongue has many functions, one of which sensing temperature. I object. You're like a Victorian person, like not from... I'm a Victorian person, but you're from the Victorian era person being like, oh, ankles? Uh-oh. Yeah, no wonder you have so many of these coins in your small coin, not collection. Definitely human. You got their attitudes too. Someone used their tongue to check a temperature? Someone showed their ankle on a live stream? In the Victorian era? Okay, was that like Victorian era drama? Was that like in the Victorian era? Were they like making call-out posts in the newspaper about like Twitch streamer reveals ankle? Like accidentally? This Duchess was in the middle of gardening when suddenly her ankle came into view. And they post it to like gardening fails daily. I don't know. I don't use the internet enough or read newspapers enough to like complete that joke and really stick the landing. You'll try be there. No pressure if you're not, but I'd be glad to have you there. It's same start time tomorrow and day after. So for me, I think you're Australian too, Human. I think you've mentioned that before. For me, it's 9 a.m. start time. Right now it's 10:57. So if you're in like Perth or something, you can just convert that. But if you're in Canberra or Sydney or Brisbane, actually I think Brisbane doesn't do daylight savings, so maybe Brisbane's a different time zone. Anyway, you can figure it out. Same start time tomorrow and day after. And no pressure if you can't. Okay, that's all right. It's still a little on the shackle, but we'll review the VOD and check what it was like beforehand. Oh, and let's make sure it didn't get disintegrated by the vinegar. You ready? Nice. You earned that non-toxic label, vinegar. In the Victorian era, you would not be posting about the latest exposed ankle. I'm going to add more. I feel like there should be more bubbles. I'm going to add more here and mix it in. Definitely shinier. I think that might be the coin collector in you, because for me, I feel like I haven't noticed... I've noticed a difference on most steps. I don't think I've noticed a difference on this step yet. I definitely noticed it on the initial vinegar and on the rinsing off the bicarbonate of soda paste. I don't feel like I've noticed it on the scrub with dishwashing liquid step. But maybe I'll review the VOD and be like, damn, definitely Human was right. I'm not doing them individually. This is what's going on. By the way, some other people were quite stream delayed too. So I think it might just be today. Maybe for some reason I have a big stream delay. But I do also have, I forget what it's called. I have the setting on where you can watch the VOD even when I'm live. So someone could be watching 30 minutes behind this live stream right now as I'm live. Like, I don't have the thing ticked where it forces people to be present. So it is possible, you know, it's possible I have a big stream delay, but it's also possible, if you can, like, jump, you know, 40 seconds ahead or something, it's possible that that's just on and you haven't noticed. Actually, I think these are looking a bit better. Certainly now. I'm not sure if that's they became better, or if that's my perception changed. But I feel like when we get them out of this water, they might actually be quite shiny. I mean, look at that one. That one's shiny. Look at that. Look at that one. Compared to, like, this one, that's not shiny. I guess there's only so much you can do when you're, like, 100 years old. But, like, maybe this is the yeah, that's the 1957 one, so I guess that makes sense. Quick experience check. Anyone? Any updates? Oh, look, every single person is on 75 again. Definitely human immediately on 75 experience points. And also now you have the #1 crown, even though it's a 5-way tie. There is also a person in 6 with 25 experience, which, you know, I don't want to shame them by naming them, but, you know, go kill some goblins or something, buddy. You've tried refreshing, might be my end. Not a big issue. Yeah, no worries. I think it is my end, because earlier I was noticing some delayed responses in chat. But it can be hard to discern if that's just someone typing slowly. It's weird. It feels like there's not a big... It feels like there's not a lot of control I have over that kind of thing. I think it's very, like, dependent on what my internet is like the second I start the stream. And I think that's also... when the stream starts is also dependent on that. Because sometimes I hit start stream and the stream starts from 4 seconds before I hit the button. Sometimes I hit start stream and the stream starts from like 8 seconds after I hit the button. And I assume that can only just be the amount of time it took for the internet to connect and start sending the information, you know? Actually, while I'm here, with like a confirmed, because I don't stream very often, a confirmed case of internet happening and like long delay. Okay, so there is something I could try here with like reconnecting to the internet, but I feel like it might end the stream. So I think I won't try that. And I think that's the good idea. Aussie internet's inconsistent, can be really annoying. Yeah, I've actually... I mean, maybe it's because I've never really lived anywhere else. And, like, you know, maybe I would go to, like, live in the UK or something, and I'd be like, whoa, the internet's way better. I don't really feel like it's that bad. Obviously, it has problems, and people always talk about Australian internet being really slow. And I remember before NBN, it was really slow. But I feel like it hasn't been that bad. Then again, I say that as someone who, like, my Resident Evil 2 stream, one of them, like, collapsed right at the start. And I think, like, my Deltarune streams, when I was fighting the knight, I, like, looked back on it. The screen does some, like, crazy things there. Which I can only assume were internet issues. So maybe I'm a little, like, Stockholm syndromed about the Australian internet. Can someone please pass 75 experience? It hasn't happened. What's it going to take for someone to level up? And why does everyone instantaneously hit 75 experience and then plateau? Okay, I feel like that's pretty decently scrubbed. And I've done some, like, coin flipping to try to get both sides. I might go tip this out, and then we'll see the final product. I'll close my eyes when I tip it out so that we can see the final product together. See you in a moment. I just spilled all over myself. God damn it. It sloshed. I wasn't expecting it to slosh so much. It did like a big slosh when I stepped up. Alright. Moment of truth. Ugh. I mean, that's pretty shiny. And look, this is one of the special ones. This is the 2010 Australia Day Special Tales side for the 50-cent coin. I don't know, can you... I'm trying to make it easy to see. Dude, look, you can actually... It's like you can see colors in the reflection. Instead of just like a... Normally you just see like light or not light. Here you can actually see colors in the reflection. That's actually pretty big. You wonder if it's the amount of streams I've talked in? Hmm? Sorry, I think the stream delay, I might have lost the train of thought of what you mean by that, definitely, human. You wonder if it's the amount of streams I've talked in. You've been to a couple before, so maybe it's backtracking. Yeah, sorry, is that like in reference to the internet being bad? Alright, let me get some paper towel. We'll wipe some of these off. Some of them are still not shiny, but you know, that might just be the nature of coins. Who knows? Alright, let's give these old ones like a good scrub. Oh, that's kind of it's kind of, it looks like it's almost reoxidizing, or maybe that's... Oh, do you think that lighter color is the true color, and it's the darker color is still rust, and it like needed even longer because it's so old? Because this is from 1950, so that's not one of the older ones, but definitely, human, be honest. Do you really have a small coin? Or were you just saying that for attention? Do you just like go into people's live stream chats and say, I actually have a small coin, and like get all the praise for having a small coin? Without like actually in reality owning the small coin? 1920, 105 years old, this one. Yeah, to be honest, I feel like the super old ones, I might just give them another like vinegar bath. It is actually quite shiny though. It's not shiny here, but if you go like this, you can see kind of, okay, well not when it's blurry, on the raised edges, you see, I don't think it used to do that, but you see like the raised lettering? It shines quite a bit. You wonder if the viewer gets 15 experience for each stream they talk in. I see what you're saying. Maybe, but the thing is, everyone has 75 experience, to quote the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate trailer. And I feel like... I don't know. Like, I don't want to like name names because I feel like that's weird, but there are definitely some people with 75 experience who have talked in like 5 times the number of streams as someone else who also has 75 experience. So I don't know. You'll happily send pictures? You have multiple small coins? Ah, so the story's changing, because initially you just said you have a small coin. Now you allegedly have several? Yeah, look, this one's kind of the same, where there's the weird light patches. I think are they like reoxidizing? Maybe that was a prank website, and they pranked me by sending me, like, that last step makes them oxidize again, so then you have to go through all the steps one more time. soak up some of this. I mean, right now, I gotta be honest, I got a lot of liquid cash, you know? My money is very liquid right now. I want to dry it out. But hey, money laundering complete, right? I heard that was how you know, after you make, find a bunch of coins, how you can like integrate them into your bank account without raising any suspicion. So I figured I'd give money laundering a try. It seems to have worked out not bad. If you do want to send me those pictures of your multiple small coins, by the way, go for it. I have a Twitter and a Blue Sky account, both of which I never use, but I will occasionally look at. And I'll look at that if you just want to like at me on those. It's at Chimmaney on both. I hope that noise isn't like unbearable to the microphone. To my ears, it's a little annoying, but it's not that loud. I don't know, maybe the microphone's... I'll move it away in case it is. I think we got a VOD review to really see how big of a difference it made. Let me, well, first of all, let me do this. Okay, no, I can do better than that. I can do better than that. I did it with a 50-cent coin. That was a mistake, and I knew it was a mistake before I did it. You need to get one that's actually got a round edge. That would have gone really well if it hit the... There we go. Okay, well, now it's out of frame. It's still spinning. I promise. No, don't immediately go out of frame, buddy. Okay, let me spin it out of frame and then it'll go into frame. You don't really use them, but you'll see what I can do. I don't really use them either. But it's just, I don't really think there's any other way for me to see an image. Whatever, you get the point. You get the picture. And maybe I will too. Just make sure to at me on Blue Sky. Okay. Let's VOD review. Hey, one of the benefits of having, I think it's DVR it's called actually, is like that you can go back in the stream. Let's VOD review. Pause this. Go way back. Ooh. I mean, that is quite a difference, actually, on this one, especially. I'll get some. I'll take some screenshots, and then we'll go through them on stream because I can actually bring them up then. Sorry, let me just get one where it's not blurry. I'll mute it so that you don't have to listen to that guy. I know you hate watching his streams. That's why you come here instead. I'll just call it coin 1, even though that one's the lock. Okay, the lock image is called coin 1. And let me get some of these of the coins. There's one of a 50-cent coin. I'll call it lock 1, and no, it's coin 2. I'll just get one of the general pile. Coin 3. Really dedicated VOD watchers, like 20 years in the future. Like if you want to go on a bit of a scavenger hunt, find the exact frame that these images are taken from when I put them on screen. See if you can do it. Okay, I think that's enough. I'll just do this one. Okay. So if I bring up this image and then replace it with this, whoop, and shrink it way down. Hold on, sorry, I need to. There we go. And now, no, stop. Sorry, it's just being annoying. Because I don't have the other layers locked on this scene. I mean, yeah, that's a noticeable difference, right? And you can see, you know, the brown mark that became this, even it did get cleaned up quite a bit, even if not 100%. I have another one of the key. Okay, that one's not that usable. But yeah, I mean, that's a noticeable improvement. Let's check some of the coins. This is a 50-cent coin. What? Okay, hold on. Hold on. That's a difference. That's a big one, isn't it? Look at how matte and useless that one is on the left. Huge. Actually big. Success, indeed. And then here's just like the pile. And we'll compare it to the pile. I mean, you can tell, for sure, you know. Again, on some of the older coins, it's not like, they're not like sparkling, they don't look new still. But I mean, you can definitely tell the difference, for sure. What's up with this $2 coin? Why is it so, Okay, I would say if you're doing this, maybe skip the hot water and dishwashing liquid step. Because I think that did reoxidize some of them. Let me show you the $1 coin that is like unique. Yeah, here it is. So this is a normal $1 coin tails side, for those of you who don't know. Wait, hold on, let me find one that's not oxidized. Yep, those who know skull emoji, right? It's just a bunch of kangaroos. And then here's this one. This is World War 1939 to 1945 peace, and it was manufactured in 2005. So don't let it trick you. It's not that old, but they were celebrating it. I guess they were celebrating 60 years since the end of World War II. And it's just like a dude like doing a little dance and holding his hat. I think I have some more somewhere. I feel like I actually do have somewhere like a bunch of $1 coins with a weird side like this. That's like unique. But I'm not sure where they were, because the point was really to do these. It's, you know. And yeah, and that's so cool. You say definitely human. You also, you would have missed because you came in a little later, but for reference, I know you know, but other people might not. Here's what a 50-cent coin tail side looks like. And it's really shiny. And then I have these two weird ones. One's for the 17th Commonwealth Games, and one's for 2010 Australia Day. So, yeah, pretty cool. Let's give him a good pat down. There's going to be cleanup before the stream tomorrow. But that's fine. I was expecting that. Get that image off your face. And yeah. Oh god damn it. Sorry, just turned on the webcam. I took the bandages off. I thought it was safe. God damn it, I'm an idiot. Anyway, we're not done yet. Because we still need to test out that PlayStation 3 I found on the street and see if it works. So let's clean this up a bit. I'll plug it in and everything. I have not tested it, I swear to God. I haven't. I found it on the street. I bought the cables I need. I haven't even taken them out of package. I don't know if you can tell because I don't think these are like sealed. They're just like Ziploc, but doxed. With the stream delay, I want to say definitely human. I know that's in reference to the fake webcam joke. I did get a little nervous because some time had passed since the webcam joke when that message came through. Yeah, we'll just scrub the water there. No worries. Okay, PlayStation 3. Power plug in, and let me plug it into the wall. Hold on, let me make sure I don't. I nearly just. So there are only two sockets here, and they're both on. So I need to turn one off and take it out. I nearly just turned off my PC to to get this in. Should have thought about that. Sorry, not at all, dude. In no universe is that a mistake you made. That's just like a funny thing that happened on my end. You did nothing wrong. And I don't want you to, like, take the lesson away of, like, oh, then I shouldn't send this funny message because of the stream delay. No, send it. Okay. The power plug is in. Let's see if I can figure out where the power button is. That sounds promising. It made a beep sound and fans started playing. HDMI. If this is actually a functioning PlayStation 3, I'll be honest, I did not think it would be. If this is actually a functioning PlayStation 3, that is insane. Especially after finding, like, the mannequin, finding the goddamn... the chair. It's such a comfortable chair, and it's mint condition. It must have been like a, you know, probably like an older person who didn't, like, they just had the chair around forever, because no way someone threw that chair out because they thought it was broken. That's just like an old chair they didn't have a use for, but it was still awesome. It's a great chair, and it's right when I needed one, too. Well, it's like a couple of weeks, it's maybe like 2 months after I needed one, but... Right, I got a monitor here. Let me plug its power in, and then we'll plug in the HDMI. If this PlayStation 3 functions, it's like a huge day. I'm not kidding. It's been, like, by the way, it's not just that I've not had a PlayStation 3. I skipped this generation, okay? I got a PlayStation 2. You can see the reflection of my hand. There you go. This is the real one. I got a PlayStation 2 when the PlayStation 3 came out, because the PlayStation 2s all went on sale. And then, like, way later I had an Xbox One. I did not have an Xbox 360, Nintendo Wii, PlayStation 3, you know, all of that did not happen. So this would be like, this is like the lost generation right here. Proof of multiple coins has been sent to Twitter. I will pull them up on stream, actually. If that's okay with you. And also, once this is done. If it actually works, it would be wild. It's making fan noises right now, and it made a beep when it turned on. I'm just fiddling with this, I have a monitor just on me. By the way, so this desk is not my normal desk. This is, my room has like 0 storage at all. And so for a long time I was just sleeping on the floor so that I could use my little single bed as just like a table to hold items, because there's no storage at all. And then I ended up getting this desk as additional storage. I've cleared it for these streams. My normal desk that I do computer stuff at is over there, right? And that's where the chair is. This is just at the end of my bed. So right now I'm sitting on the foot of my bed, and there is a monitor lying on the bed next to me. And I'm about to plug it in. Hold on, let me get this on camera so that you can you see? You can kind of see. It's out of frame, but that's fine. It's plugged in. Let me hold, yeah, I got the monitor. Let's see. Oh my god! I think it's actually working. Hold on. Sorry, let me just... I gotta move some stuff. Oop, water bottle fell. Luckily, it is sealed. This is setting up a PlayStation. Look! Enter the PS button to use the controller. Set the time and date, 2012. It's working! I don't have a PlayStation 3 controller. I need to get one. It's a functioning goddamn PlayStation 3! What the hell? Why was this just on the street? This could have gotten rained on. If I found it, like, even a day later, it probably would have gotten rained on. It was a rainy December. There's a disc in here! Okay, yeah, be careful. I think it's Grand Theft Auto. I did that for, like, because I got the thought, what if there's a disc in there? It is Grand Theft Auto, but there is like I think there's an image on there that maybe, I don't know what YouTube's policies are. I just got Grand Theft Auto 5 for the PlayStation 3 and a functioning PlayStation 3. This is, I'm legitimately, by the way, I'm not making up any of this. I swear to God, I found this on the street. I did not know it would work. I didn't think it would work, and I just tested it. Okay, let me power it off. Can I do that? Hello? That's okay. It might be a problem with the gloves. These gloves are actually like touchscreen gloves. Hold on. Free PlayStation? Yeah! Dude, I've made out like an absolute bandit from these last couple... Okay, whatever. I'll figure this out later. These last couple months of hard waste, seriously, full mannequin... Sorry, like not a full mannequin, but like undamaged mannequin. Really comfortable chair. PlayStation 3. Like Grand Theft Auto 5. And I think some other stuff too. But I don't really remember it all. I think, you know what that calls for? Hold on. Please tell me someone's got the experience for it. No. Still all 75. You guys have not been grinding enough. I think that calls for the big burger that it's been in this container for 7 months in my drawer, and I keep looking at it being like, I want to eat that. I hope I don't have like bicarbonate of soda on my fingers, because I would hate to ruin this big burger, and I would love to open this big burger. Okay, I think there's bicarbonate soda on this glove, so I'll take it off. I'm shocked that works. I mean, I'm gonna hold out on fully getting excited yet, because maybe I get a controller and then it has like some glaring issue with it. But go back for the mannequin. I have the mannequin. It's over there. It's where I keep my rain jacket. All right, you guys ready? Yeah, I hope you have your own burger. Remember, like, don't try look for a mini burger. This is a full-size burger. I just have huge hands. So if you want to, like, take a bite at the same time as me, you need to get, like, a regular burger. You're not going to find this. This isn't, like, a mini burger product that exists anywhere. All right. I've legitimately 7 months. I've been... Let's go. I would normally eat it part by part, but I'll do a proper burger bite for the stream. Hey, for the stream, guys. Okay, I can't open my mouth wide enough to do it because of the bandages I have wrapped around my head. For a joke. Hold on. I'll try a little harder. It's hard. Okay, it's in, but I can't bite through it. Okay, so I couldn't bite through it. I will eat it individual segments now. But hey, it's tasty. It's delicious. I haven't had one of these in a long time. I can't believe that PlayStation worked. Okay, let me see what images Definitely Human sent me. Oh, these look cool. Do I have permission to bring them up on stream, Definitely Human? I'll save them while you stream delay type. Okay, I'll wait for your answer because I don't want to assume. I mean, I assume it's. Please do? Cool. I assume so because it is like a public website you posted them to, but you know, I just want to be safe. Delay will take a while. Didn't take that long. So there are two images. I'll do them one at a time, I guess. And you say you don't know what all the coins are. That's fine. Let's see which ones I know. You guys can't see my mouse though. Is the thing. Like, I mean, you can see my mouse. You can see it's Master Chief John 117 from Halo. But you can't see my mouse cursor, so I can't like point where I'm looking. Can I? You know what I can do? Hold on. Genius level intellect incoming. You ready? I know you can add text. Where is that? Here. Boom. Now we can see. So, 50 cent Australian. 19... Okay, we'll make it bigger and we'll just move it around. You don't need to see the whole image at once. 1981. 5 cent Australian. 10 cent Australian. Oh, you got a 1956 or 59 Australian penny. And a 1952 Australian penny. I think one of these was 52, wasn't it? No, 57. Wait, there was another one in the 50s. Was it 52? No, it was just 1950. Sorry, we're not twinning. And then that looks like a $1 Australian coin. But like a special version of it, perhaps? It could also be not an Australian coin at all. But I'm just assuming because it's with the Australian ones. 2018 Australian Olympic Games, perhaps? Looks like that's what it says. Were the Olympics in Australia in 2018? I don't watch the Olympics, but I feel like I should know that if that was something that happened. Last piece of the burger going in. That could be a British £1 coin, because I know they have like the silver and the gold. And I think these are Chinese, and that's Kiwi 20 cent, I would assume, because it's got a Kiwi on it. But I don't recognize any of the others. What does that say? 5 pence. 50 pence. The red is a $2 Olympic coin, and the 10 cents actually a New Zealand one. Oh, let me have a look. Really? So, do New Zealand 10 cents look like identical to Australian ones? Yeah. That's interesting. And then we'll go to the second image you sent. Oh, is this just a close-up of... Oh, that's a cool one. This is cool. And top left is Questacon currency. Anyone who doesn't know, Questacon's a place in Canberra, which is Australia's capital. And when you're in primary school, you take a visit to Canberra, and Questacon is always like the big highlight. Because it's like a fun little... I don't know how I'd describe it. I guess like a science center, but like for kids and fun and cool. That's awesome. Damn, I'm sorry I called you out for doubting that you had a small coin. I guess you do. Oh, yeah. You've got a small coin and then like some medium small ones. Now I look like the asshole. The smallest coin I have is a $2 coin. Actually, the 5 cent Australian 5 cent Australian $2. I think the diameter of the 5 cent is slightly smaller, but they're very close to identical. Like to the point where I don't actually know if you'll be able to tell on stream. But I think it is the 5 cents slightly smaller. You can see like a little bit of the gold $2 underneath. I am amazed at PlayStation 3. I need to figure out how to capture a PlayStation 3. We gotta like record some stuff on the... We gotta stream some stuff on the PlayStation 3. I could stream Grand Theft Auto 5. I wouldn't even need to make a purchase. Okay, hold on. Before anything else, and before we end the stream, because that'll probably be happening soon, there's a lot of cool stuff for tomorrow. But hold on, let me just look. Is there anything else? Because I wrote down some of the things I wanted to go into. Is there anything else? Let me just delete stuff that I have, which is like all of the stuff. Yeah. And that's just notes on what I needed to bring up to clean the coins with, what like materials and ingredients. Oh, there is. I knew there was something else. Okay, there is something else. There's one last thing for this stream. Yes. But before we do that one last thing, let's go PlayStation 3 exclusives. Not used to gloves. And what have we got? Okay, do you look at PlayStation 3 exclusives? There's one, Fat Princess from 2009 is apparently like one of the most... Okay, I gotta be honest, it's not a good lineup. Hold on. This is like what comes up? Let me... I'm getting the image to show you. This is like, you're scraping the bottom of the barrel. Was this like a failed generation? Infamous, okay, sure, that's a game I've heard the name of before. I think it's like a respected game. Tokyo Jungle. Is that the game where you play as like a Pomeranian dog and like humanity has disappeared and you have to like survive as like like pets have taken over? Okay, sure. Disgaea D2, A Brighter Darkness. Yes, that's the rest of the title. Just checked. Drakengard 3. No idea. Never heard of Drakengard. Never heard of Drakengard 2. Never heard of Drakengard 3. Maybe it's a wildly successful franchise. Puppeteer. Heavenly Sword. Fat Princess, 3D Dot Game Heroes, White Knight Chronicles, Warhawk, The Ico, and Shadow of the Colossus. Okay, Shadow of the Colossus, sure. You get that one. One Piece Pirate Warriors 2, SOCOM US Navy SEALs Confrontation. All they have is Shadow of the Colossus, and it looks to me like this is like a re-release. You know, like, hey, we're packaging these two games from a previous generation together. At least it's a pretty good DVD player, that's true. But I also feel like there's got to be more exclusives than that, and they're just, like, underselling it on the Google search for some reason. Right, Reddit post 2 years ago. Games still exclusive to the PlayStation 3? God of War 1 and 2 remasters. Okay, you lost some prestige there for not being... Hold on, let me do that. For not being the actual, you know, who cares? Oh, this is the exclusive place to get the remasters of these games. Infamous 1 and 2. Sure. Ratchet and Clank PS2 remasters. Again, remasters. Ratchet and Clank Crack in Time. Little Big Planet 1 and 2, in brackets, are these still worth getting now that the online is shut down? But in the comments, Resistance Trilogy, Killzone Trilogy, Folklore, Heavenly Sword, Puppeteer. Heavenly Sword and Puppeteer making a reappearance. Maybe I got... And someone replies, Heavenly Sword, I was thinking of that game last week. Maybe we got to check out Heavenly Sword. PlayStation's still on behind me. I feel like I should turn it off, but it won't turn off. Whatever. I'll do that later. Metal Gear Solid 4, I believe, is still PS3 only. Someone says. Okay, so there's... Metal Gear Solid 4, only system on Earth it was made for. Okay, so, you know, there's some stuff we can look at. And yeah, Metal Gear Solid 4 maybe, you say definitely human. I was alt-tabbed so I couldn't see that message, but yeah, you were right. Cool. So, I am genuinely very pleased about that. The last thing to do, and this is a big one, this is how we're going to end the stream, and I'm going to need people's help with this, because I've already taken a look at it. I don't think I can solve it on my own. So, there's collaboration here. This is a box of toilet paper. It already upsets me, because you can see here this carry handle. It says, let's hold hands. Does this mean we're official? Because you, like, hold the... Whatever, okay? Like, that's just not really up my alley, like, when it comes to toilet paper package advertising. But sure, that's fine. The real thing comes when, if you open this up, which is... Oh, you have to slide these out. You open this up, right? You want to fetch a toilet paper, but look. There's a toilet paper crossword. And I want to solve the toilet paper crossword. So that's what we're going to do. And I'm going to need help, because I looked at some of these and I was like, I have no idea. But it would be fun to go on stream and try do it. So let me get a pen. Got a pen. And we're going to do our best here. So, down one, as good a place as any to start. Danke, gracias, mercy. So it's thanks, or thank you. Thanks, it's thanks. That one's a gimme. 2 across. Great name for a plumber. 4 letters and the third is H. I have no idea what that is. Great name for a plumber? Is it like a... like the equivalent of like an electrician is a Sparky? But it's... or is it like his name is like Hank or something, you know? You suck at crosswords, you got my back. We'll hopefully the parts you suck at are the parts I don't, and then vice versa, because I'm not solving this on my own. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Okay, we'll go 5 across. We'll come back to that one. Animals with square poo. Do koalas have square poo? K-O-A... well, no. By the way, nice, like, high-quality packaging. You couldn't even line up the boxes correctly. Yeah, great name for a plumber. Great name for an intern. He's gonna get fired. Look at this one's misaligned too. You might not be able to tell. Let me give you a real zoom in here. Come on. I remember when toilet paper used to be a trustworthy brand. Wombat? W-O-M-B. Nice. Yes, you're correct, Jonathan. Thank you. Wombats. That was huge, Jonathan. Jonathan with the clutch save. Thank you. 4 down. Our favorite word. Okay, so... oh, I know what it is. I know what it is. It's crap. The brand name is Who Gives a Crap, is the name of this toilet paper. If you want to buy it. There won't be much point, though, because I think this is the same crossword on every single box. But I guess their favorite word is crap, even though they're asking who gives a crap. Sure. I guess they're asking who gives a crap because they're trying to take it. Like, are you giving a crap? Please, I'm looking for craps. Give it to me. Thank you. Okay, 3 down. We donate 50% of ours. We donate 50% of our profits to sanitation organizations. So I guess profits, P-R-O-F-I-T-S, yes. Profits. So that's 2 self-referential solves. So I wonder, is like great name for a plumber 2 across? Is that like the founder? Yeah, I think we need to go for a bit of an explore on the box. Did you know most toilet paper is made from cutting down trees? In fact, 1 million trees are cut down, yep. But the good news is, this is recycled. There's no name of a plumber. There's no name of a plumber. I think there's no other text. Okay, we might be out on the plumber. I think that one's going to come back to haunt us. For now, let's go 6 down. Inexplicably common toilet paper mascots. Is your mascot this tree? It's a tall tree. Is it like a baobab? B-A-O... Baobabs with an S, could be. But like, is that your mascot? What's your mascot? Anyone see a mascot? Also, inexplicably common. Like, that's implying other companies have the same mascot. Bear? But it wouldn't fit. B-E-A-R-S. Bear cub? Bear cub if it was one word, maybe? Okay, well, 9 across, this is easy. 1 million are cut down daily to make traditional toilet paper. That's just trees, right? T-R-E-E-S, yeah. That's got to be trees. Eight down. A shoe famous in Holland. A shoe famous in Holland. Is it just shoe? Clog. Clog? Are clogs from Holland, like those wooden shoes? Could be. Okay, I think that's the top runner right now. Well, I'll see. I'll wait to see if with the stream delay anyone. Yeah, definitely Human. You just confirmed clog on your end too. I think that might be what we go for. This is hard to. Whatever, you know what it says. Let's just see. Okay, whatever, it says clog. Probably clog because it can refer to a toilet. That's good. That's clever. Definitely Human. Nice job. You won't find any on this pack. 7 letters, has an S, ends in C. Plastic. This is plastic. You won't find any plastic. Am I just doing like promotion for this recycled toilet paper company? I mean, go, you know, why not? Go for it. That's cool. Okay, 6 down. So we got the toilet paper mascots and the plumber. Common name for a plumber. I don't think I'm going to get very far with those. I really don't. Common toilet paper mascot, 7 letters, P and E here. So it's not Baobabs. What is your mascot? Okay, let's take out a roll and see. Is there a mascot on any of this? There's a heart, there's a tree. There's a poem. Oh no, that's not a poem. Oh no, there is a poem, there's a haiku. Oh my dear toilet, how I love to sit and think on your stunning throne. Who gives a crap, you know what I'm saying? Get in there. Okay, so that didn't work. I don't see any mascots, and I don't know any plumbers. Great name for a plumber. I feel like that's gotta be either like the name of the founder, or like there's some plumber nickname in Australia that's like electricians or sparkies, and I'm just not aware of the plumber nickname. Because what would it be, like pipe? I feel like it would be like Pipo or something. Common toilet paper mascots. What toilet paper companies have a mascot? The H is very difficult? Yeah. So if this is, let's say this is a first name. This is a human being's first name. It's 4 letters and there's a H there. What even is that? Presumably there's got to be a vowel here. There has to be. Because what word could end with H and then a consonant? So it could be like something ha, ho, hu, he, he. The E could be silent. And there's probably a vowel here, but not definitely, because it could be like a T or a C. But that would be in a 4-letter word, unlikely. It could be like ache, you know, A-C-H-E. Like, I don't know, if they have an ache. But that's not a great name for a plumber. Like, I guess they have to bend over a lot. There could be a lot of back pain. Okay, I'm gonna look up. This may be cheating, but I don't care. I'm gonna look up, because if it is, that just means there's like a knowledge gap here. Australian plumber nickname. Is there one I'm just not aware of? Dunny Diver, sure. No. Nothing here. Someone on Reddit says plumbers always seem to be called Gary or Keith. Okay. In other words, like you've had 3 plumbers, and 2 of them were named Keith, and the third one was named Gary. Like, what do you mean plumbers always seem to be named Gary or Keith? How many have you had? You know? For that to be like a notable, meaningful observation. I feel like, how often do you have a plumber over to your house? And then also, like, how often do you have a plumber over to your house and you aren't using the same guy as last time? And you think it's like a reverse pun? It could be, but that's not really a great name for a plumber. It could be like Ash with an E on the end, like that. Okay, well, there you go. Like, that's a first name that it could be, but it seems like an arbitrary. I don't want to put that in. Okay, well, let's go back to common toilet paper mascot. Because what the hell are you talking about? Again, do toilet paper companies have mascots? It's got to be like this type of tree, right? Is this? Do I just like not recognize? No. Sentient poop? That doesn't fit. True. Poop? No. Because you could start with it, but... I mean, unless we're supposed to know this person's name. Like, maybe this is a sentient poo with a name. But it says, again, inexplicably common implies it's multiple companies, not just this company's. Like a plunger, but that doesn't fit. If this was a different letter, it would fit. The only mascots that come to mind are bears and angels. Angel toilet paper mascots? Hold on. Plunger. So this could be plunger if this was then not plastic, but that's obviously plastic, right? 7 across. You won't find any on this pack. Ends with C for clog. It's the right number of letters. The whole thing's being recycled. Yeah. I wonder if like trying to look up the answers would produce anything for this. Like if you search up who gives a crap toilet paper crossword answers, has anyone, is this like a discussed topic? Do they have like a little sub community? Because I feel like I'm nearing that point of like, what the hell are you talking about? I'll look around the box a bit more to see any mention of, sorry about that, bumped the mic. Any mention of like a plumber? Oh, they have the crossword answers on the bottom of the box. What? Okay, I cheated. I looked at it because I was like, well, this is the last place to look for clues. Human, you said John, and you got John in before I revealed what the answers are. So if that's the answer, you get points. Unfortunately, that answer is hidden under some paper I need to peel off, like a sticker of purchase. But I think you're probably right, because it's for toilet. And yes, you are. Very nicely done, definitely human. At the last possible second where you could still get credit for solving it. Expertly done. John, like the toilet. Because you're on the John. This, you guys are not going to believe this. You guys are going to want to burn down all of the recycled paper they used to make this product after you hear this. You ready? You're going to scream. Puppies. What are you talking about? Puppies? Inexplicably common toilet paper mascots. Puppies. Who? When? Which? Name a company. Name one company. You don't even need to name two. Name one company. Puppies? There are none on this box. What toilet paper companies use puppies as a mascot? What toilet paper companies have a mascot? Puppies. Anyway. That's the stream for today. Very successful stream. We got a lot done. We solved, well, we kind of solved a crossword. We de-rusted a bunch of coins into lock. We ate Big Burger. And we figured out that I just got a PlayStation 3 for free. Off the street. I will tell you, so again, streaming again tomorrow, same starting time, so 3 hours ago starting time, depending on your time zone. I'll tell you what we're doing. We are going to be making this mechanical music box. And it's probably going to take all stream. And it looks weird. It looks kind of wacky and whimsical, doesn't it? And that's what we're going to be making. And I hope it'll play music. And it seems to be Chinese, I think. That's not Japanese text, and Korean is more rounded, so I assume that's Chinese. And then I would assume, if I wanted to guess further, I would assume Mandarin, but that's just because it's more common than Cantonese. I don't actually know how to tell Mandarin or Cantonese apart by looking at the characters. Have I made one before? Not at all. Never. Never anything even close to this, by the way. The closest I've done to this is like I build Warhammer miniatures. Occasionally. And even that, it's been a while. I've been really busy. Never done anything like this. Don't even know how long it'll take. It could be a like hour and a half stream. It could be like a 6-hour stream. I genuinely have no idea. Yeah, it's going to be fun. I kind of hope it's a little messed up and like the instructions suck a little. Because I feel like that could be fun. And I'll also, next stream, I'll have some pictures prepared of the chair I found. And also my old chair. It got torn up, dude. It was not in good health. And I'll show you the mannequin I got as well. The mannequin I found. Yeah, anyway. Gonna be good. We're also going to... Well, there's some other small tasks. This is going to be the bulk of it. But I do have some other small things. Really only one thing related to this that we can also take a look at. Warhammer stream could be cool too. Maybe. I don't know. I feel like... Maybe I'd give it a try. I feel like it's... there's less to talk about there because it's quite straightforward construction. Where I feel like this is going to be like a real novelty of what the hell. Rather than like, oh, the left arm goes on the left arm shoulder slot, you know? But I mean, I guess it would be an excuse to feel productive while I was putting together Warhammer stuff. because that's a big reason I haven't done it in ages, is because I'm too busy with stuff. But if it was a live stream, then I get to be like, oh, but I'm doing productive things. So maybe. Probably not, but maybe. Anyway, so this is tomorrow, same starting time. And it's going to sing beautiful music. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow if you're here. If you're not, no pressure. No worries. These coins are de-rusted, and I am decrusted. And I think the stream was a success. The main point of this stream was, first of all, to just like get acquainted, hey, these are my hands. And also, can it handle the bit rate of real life? And also, just do some like miscellaneous stuff. Tomorrow's stream and the stream after are going to be much more focused. Time to be silent for an extended period, because with the long stream delay, I feel like if I hit end stream right now, it's like a lot will be cut off. So I'm going to be silent for a while, and then I'm going to hit end stream. But I'll hit end stream now, I won't hit confirm, but that way you get to hear the Windows sound. Oh, beautiful. Wouldn't be a stream without it. Okay, I'm just going to be sitting here for a while now. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow if I do, and if not, enjoy your tomorrow regardless. Thanks for watching the stream. I really appreciate it. I hope you had fun. I really hope you had fun. And I hope tomorrow's stream is really fun too. Get me back in focus. Thank you. No! That's probably good. But I'm still not going to hit it yet. I'm hitting the button in 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,